All right, day 2 of chapter 2B.1. We have the slope formula today. So slope is represented by the letter m, the variable m, and we have y2 minus y1, so the second y value minus the first y value, divided by the second x value minus the first x value. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we find these x1s and y2s and all that good stuff from 2 points that we are given. So our first point, we're going to call this x value x1, this y value y1, because it's the first point. Same thing over here, second point. So this is our x2 value. It's our second x, and our second y is y2. So to see this in action, we get 2 points. Here's our x value, here's our y value, x1, y1, first point. Here's our x value, here's our y value, here's our second point, so x2, y2. Then let's just plug in what we know. So y2 is going to be 4 minus y1 is 7. So 4 minus 7 over x2 minus x1, so 2 minus 0 right here. 4 minus 7 is -3. 2 minus 0 is 2. We can't simplify this any further, so our slope is down 3 over 2. Now we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to take these 2 points, and we're going to find the slope, just like we just did. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, we get -3 over 2. That's our slope. But now we want to write the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. So we already found our slope, right? But now we have to find b to write our equation, because our equation is y equals mx plus b. Right here, y equals mx plus b. We just found the m. We need to find b. Well, how can we find b? We know that x's and y's are in the equation. Also, what else has an x and a y? These points over here. So I'm just going to pick one of these 2 points. Doesn't matter. It turns out we picked the point 2, 4. So here's my x. Here's my y, and we're going to plug them in. So we have the slope, we have our xy, and our point is right here. So instead of y, I'm going to write 4 equals m, which is -3 over 2. That's our slope. And there's an imaginary multiplication sign right here. So -3 over 2 times our x value is 2 plus b. And I think it's easier to multiply 2 fractions than it is to multiply a fraction and a whole number. So let's put this whole number over 1. So -3 over 2 times 2 over 1 plus b. And we're just going to multiply straight across when we have fractions. So -3 times 2 is -6. 2 times 1 is 2. And we can simplify -6 over 2 to -3. So now we have 4 equals -3 plus b. Let's solve for b. How do I move a -3 over to the other side? Let's add 3 on both sides, and we see that b equals 7. Well, now that I have found my slope and I have found my y-intercept, we can write our equation, y equals mx plus b, y equals -3 over 2, x plus 7. Last example, we have a word problem here. So Sam is running a marathon, a 26-mile race at 5 miles per hour. So I kind of drew a picture here to help me visualize. At the start, so before we start at 0 hours, we have 26 miles to go. She's running 5 miles an hour. So an hour into the race, we only have 21 miles to go. We've subtracted 5. Another hour into the race, we only have 16 miles to go because we ran another 5 miles, so on and so on and so on. Well, let's write an equation to represent how far she has left at any given point. In algebra and math and science, x represents time, and y is going to represent the distance left over. Our slope, our m, is going to be speed, so distance over time. Well, we know our speed, distance miles over time hours. So our slope is 5, but we're actually going -5 because we're tracking miles left, right? So we're going down. So our slope is going down. And then our b is the distance at time 0. So we started with 26 miles to go. So we're going to write our equation y equals mx plus b. For every hour, we have 5 miles left or less. We have ran another 5 miles. So we have 5 miles less. We're taking away 5 from 26 every time. And we started at 26 miles to go. So our equation is y equals negative 5x plus 26.